Does your pet really love you? They have a silent language. Every gesture means something. Red heart. Learn what your pet is trying to tell you.
You ever look at your dog or cat and just feel this connection? It's so deep, it's almost mysterious, right? It's this bond that's totally beyond words, a kind of silent understanding that honestly shapes our day-to-day lives. So in this explainer, we're going to decode that unspoken language. We're going to uncover the really profound psychological ties that bind us to our animal companions.
All right, so how did we even get here? I mean, it's a pretty fascinating journey when you think about it. The one that took our dogs and cats from, the barnyard to our actual bedrooms. And in that process, they became these central figures in the modern family. They've completely reshaped our homes and, our hearts.
Okay, it really starts by just acknowledging this new reality. Researchers even have a term for it now, the multi-species family. And that's what they're calling the modern household. Now, this isn't just some cute phrase they made up. It's a formal recognition that for so many of us, our pets are legitimate members of the family. They share our lives, they share our homes. It basically validates that powerful feeling that they are truly one of us.
And you know what? Science is finally catching up to what pet owners have known all along. Researcher Sandra McCune, she puts it so simply. This relationship is one of life's great joys. And there's this growing body of research that now confirms a strong bond isn't just, a nice-to-have thing. It's actually mutually beneficial. It improves the health and well-being of both the person and the animal.
And for so many of us, the journey begins just like this, with an adorable, trusting face. We bring this new little life into our home, and right there, in that moment, our family just changes forever. But this is only the start, because if you want to build a true bond, you first have to understand them.
So that's really the key to that deep connection, right? Learning to speak their language. And I'm talking about a language with 0 words. It's all communicated through tails, ears, eyes, their posture. To really, truly get them, we have to become fluent in all these nonverbal cues.
And to understand them, you've really got to respect where they came from. I mean, dogs and cats took 2 totally different evolutionary paths. Dogs, they come from these cooperative pack animals, so they're hardwired for social dynamics. Cats, on the other hand, descended from solitary hunters. They're masters of stealth and independence. And believe me, these ancient instincts are still very much alive and kicking in our living rooms today.
And the difference in their cues, wow, it can be night and day. Take a look here. On the left, you've got a relaxed dog. Soft posture, mouth is slightly open, calm eyes. But then on the right, you can just see the stress. The body's tense, the mouth is clamped shut, the eyes are wide and worried. Learning to spot these subtle little shifts, it's like gaining a superpower. It literally lets you see their emotional state in real time.
All right, so let's break down a few key signals. For a dog, a relaxed body is a total green light. But if you see a crouched posture or a lifted paw, that's a clear sign of discomfort. Now, with cats, a slow blink, that's basically a kiss. And when they rub their face on you, they're showing affection and marking you as part of their family. But, and this is a big one, behaviors like excessive scratching or urine spraying, they're not being bad. Those aren't acts of malice. They are desperate signals of stress. Okay, so we've covered the physical cues. But now let's go a little deeper. Let's talk about the invisible leash, that psychological leash that connects us to our pets. Because it turns out this bond is way, way more complex than we ever imagined. So in psychology, there's this really fundamental concept called attachment theory. And the basic idea is that the way we bonded with our parents, our caregivers when we were infants, well, it creates a kind of template, a blueprint that shapes all of our future relationships, and it dictates how we handle things like intimacy and stress.
Okay, and here's where it gets absolutely fascinating. Scientists have found that this exact same theory applies to the bond you have with your pet. So that connection you feel,
It's not just simple affection, it actually mirrors the same complex, deep-seated psychological attachments that we form with other people. How wild is that?
And the proof is right there in how they act. One study directly linked an owner's personal attachment style to how their dog behaved. Owners who were secure, they had more relaxed dogs. Anxious owners, they often had those Velcro dogs that just cling to you, and owners who are more avoidant had dogs that showed more visible signs of stress. The takeaway is crystal clear: our emotional state is basically contagious to them. So this powerful connection, it actually helps us reframe one of the most challenging parts of having a pet, right? The so-called bad behavior. What if we just stop seeing it as a problem that needs to be punished, and instead, we start seeing it as a communication that we just need to decipher?
I mean, it's the question that has frustrated countless pet owners. Why is the dog chewing the furniture? Why on earth is the cat shredding the curtains? Why are they acting out? Look, understanding the why is always the first step to actually solving the problem.
The motivation behind all that destruction is absolutely key. Think about it. A puppy chewing a shoe? That's just them exploring their world, maybe teething. A bored dog digging up the garden? Yeah, they probably just need more stimulation. But a dog clawing frantically at a door? That could be genuine panic from separation anxiety. The behavior might look the same, but the reason behind it can be completely different.
And what about our cats? Well, for them, it's all about honoring their inner predator. You know, all those behaviors we might see as destructive, stalking, pouncing, scratching, those are essential, natural instincts for a cat. So the solution isn't to stop them, it's to redirect them. If we provide outlets like scratching posts and interactive toys, we give them a healthy way to just be a cat. And, bonus, it protects our homes.
Ultimately, this bond we're building, it isn't static. It's not a one-and-done thing. It deepens over time, and it often becomes one of the most consistent and important relationships in our entire lives, supporting us through thick and thin.
And this role becomes especially vital as we get older. I mean, research in gerontology highlights that for a lot of elderly people, pets provide this absolutely critical companionship. They fill a void that's left by the loss of friends or family or even social roles. They offer a reason to get up in the morning, and they're just a source of unwavering, totally unconditional affection. And you have to remember, this relationship is a profound, two-way street. While we're relying on them for companionship, they're relying on us for everything. For safety, for food, for their very life. We are their guardians, and it's accepting that responsibility that really makes the bond so incredibly deep.
And the psychological weight of this connection is just immense. There was this one remarkable study that found 61% of rescue dogs form a secure attachment with their new owners. Now just think about that for a second. That's a bond that is psychologically comparable to the one between a human child and their caregiver. It's basically scientific proof of just how profound this relationship really is.
And because that bond is so real and so incredibly deep, the grief we feel when they're gone, it's just as real. The heartbreak of losing a pet is the loss of a family member. And that profound sadness we experience, well, that's the ultimate testament to the strength and the significance of the love we shared. You know, we so often adopt an animal thinking we're the rescuers, right? That we're the ones providing a better life. But after everything we've just talked about, the unconditional love, the emotional support, the profound companionship they give us in return, it really leaves you with one final question. Are we really the ones doing the saving?